Sheffield Wednesday's first 11 under Chansiri's ownership, where are they now? Hello and welcome back to Not One for Neutrals, the channel where we dust off the football time machine and take it for a spin through the years. Today we're heading back to January 2015, a big turning point for Sheffield Wednesday. That's when Dejphon Chansiri took over the club, promising to take the Owls back to the big time. And while there were playoff runs and glimpses of the dream, we all know how the story turned out. Not quite the fairy tale ending. But before the ups and downs, there was that very first match under Chansiri's ownership away at Nottingham Forest. Wednesday came away with a 2-0 win, thanks to goals from Kieran and Chris Maguire. A strong start. But what about the 11 who pulled on the shirt that day? Where are they now? Let's find out. Kieran Westwood. Let's start in goal with Kieran Westwood, a Republic of Ireland international. He quickly became a fan favourite at Hillsborough with his shot-stopping and consistency. Westwood was actually voted in the Championship Team of the Year in his first season. That's how good he was. He stayed with the Owls until 2021, making over 200 appearances. After leaving, he had a brief spell at Queen's Park Rangers before hanging up the gloves in 2023. On the 27th of November 2024, Westwood was appointed head of goalkeeping at the New Saints. He also owns and runs the Kieran Westwood Goalkeeper Academy, which began operating in September 2024. Liam Palmer. Next up, Liam Palmer. And here's a fun one. He's still there. Palmer is Sheffield Wednesday through and through, coming through the Youth Academy and racking up over 400 appearances. A versatile fullback, Palmer's played left, right and everywhere in between. Over the years, he's gone from squad player to senior pro and leader in the dressing room. He's also earned caps for Scotland too. Still playing, still dependable, and still Wednesday through and through. Palmer is basically the living link between Chansiri's first day and modern-day Wednesday. Tom Lees. Centre-back Tom Lees was another key figure in this era. Signed from Leeds United, he became a rock at the back, forming strong partnerships and winning fans over with his consistency. Tom Lees stayed until 2021, clocking up more than 250 games. After leaving Hillsborough, he joined Huddersfield Town, where he was a steady presence in their defence until this summer, when he moved on to Peterborough United. Reliable, hard-working and a proper professional, Lees was one of those players you maybe didn't always shout about, but you'd miss him when he wasn't there. Glenn Loovens. Alongside him, Captain Glenn Loovens. The Dutch defender brought bags of experience from spells at Feyenoord, Celtic and Cardiff City. Calm on the ball, strong in the air and a natural leader. Loovens stayed with Wednesday until 2018, helping guide them through those playoff pushes. After leaving, he had a short stint at Sunderland before retiring. These days, he's stepped into the world of player management and agency, using his experience to guide the next generation. On the pitch, he was Mr. Composure. Off the pitch, now he's Mr. Guidance. Claude Dielner. At left-back that day, Claude Dielner, a French defender who was, let's say, a little unpredictable, capable of a screamer from distance or a rash challenge within 5 minutes of each other. Dielner's Wednesday career was short-lived. He stayed until 2018, but spent a lot of that time out on loan, including stints in Slovakia and the United States, with Portland Timbers and New England Revolution. These days, he's back in France, retired from playing and keeping a lower profile. Definitely one of the more enigmatic Owls of the era. Jacques Magoma. Out wide, it was Jacques Magoma, a winger with trickery and a good burst of pace. He joined from Burton Albion and gave Wednesday that creative spark on the flank. He left in 2015 to join Birmingham City, where he enjoyed several good seasons, becoming something of a Blues cult figure. Later on, he moved abroad to play in India with East Bengal. Most recently, Magoma's been back in non-league football in England, a player who maybe didn't hit his peak at Sheffield Wednesday, but went on to have a solid career elsewhere. Jose Semedo. Midfield battler Jose Semedo. If you know, you know. A cult hero at Hillsborough, loved for his passion, work rate and connection with the fans. Oh, let's not forget, best mates with Cristiano Ronaldo. Semedo stayed at Wednesday until 2017 before finishing his career in Portugal. Since then, he's moved away from the spotlight, though he occasionally pops up in the media, usually when someone mentions his friendship with Cristiano. At Wednesday, he wasn't the most technically gifted, but he absolutely bled blue and white, and the fans loved him. Kieran Lee. Now to the scorer that day, Kieran Lee, a midfielder with endless energy, late runs into the box and a knack for important goals. Kieran Lee stayed with the Owls until 2020, playing a key role in those playoff seasons under Carlos Carvajal. After leaving, he joined Bolton Wanderers, helping them to promotion from League Two. He retired in 2023 and has since moved into coaching. For many Wednesdayites, Lee's name brings back memories of big goals and big moments. Chris Maguire. Next up, the other goal scorer, Chris Maguire, a fiery Scottish forward known for his long-range strikes, winding up opponents and his, let's say, confident personality. Maguire left Wednesday in 2015 and went on to play for several clubs, including Oxford, Bury and Sunderland, where he again became a bit of a fan favourite. He was playing in the lower leagues until very recently with Eastleigh. Love him or loathe him, you always noticed when Maguire was on the pitch. Stevie May. Next up, Stevie May. The Scottish striker had arrived from St Johnstone with a big reputation after scoring goals north of the border. With his trademark long hair and all-action style, he gave defenders plenty to think about. At Wednesday, though, May struggled to find the net on a regular basis. He stayed just one season before moving to Preston North End. Unfortunately, injuries hampered his time there, and he never quite hit the heights many thought that he might in England. Back in Scotland, though, May rebuilt his career with Aberdeen, St Johnstone again, and then Livingston, where he's still playing today. A player who maybe didn't make his mark in Sheffield, but who remains a well-known name in Scottish football. Ate Nuhiu. And finally, Big Ate Nuhiu. A cult hero, if ever there was one. Standing at 6'6", the Kosovo international was never the most prolific, but his hold-up play, flick-ons and sheer nuisance value made him beloved by many Wednesday fans. Nuhiu stayed until 2020, scoring some iconic goals. After leaving, he played in Cyprus before returning to Austria, where he's still going strong with SC Rheindorf Altac. Not the flashiest striker, but certainly unforgettable. Stuart Gray, the manager. And of course, the man in the dugout that day, Stuart Gray, a steady, no-frills manager who stabilised Wednesday and built the platform for what came next under Chansiri. Sadly, despite doing a solid job, he was replaced later in 2015 as the new owner sought a higher-profile appointment. Since then, Stuart Gray has worked behind the scenes in coaching and recruitment, most recently as a defensive coach at Fulham. He may not get the headlines, but Wednesday's relative stability at the time owed a lot to Stuart Gray. So, there you have it. Sheffield Wednesday's very first 11 under Chansiri's ownership back in January 2015. A mix of cult heroes, steady pros and loanees who passed through quickly. That Forest win was the start of a new chapter for Wednesday, one that promised so much and, well, let's just say it's been a roller coaster ever since. Thanks for watching Not One for Neutrals. If you enjoyed this trip down memory lane, don't forget to like and subscribe and drop your favourite memory of this Sheffield Wednesday era in the comments below. Until next time, keep the nostalgia alive.